Would you get your lady pregnant before paying a bride price?
Definitely. If your girlfriend comes and tells you, I'm pregnant, it might give you a motivation to tell her, okay, let's get married or stuff like that. Some homes do start that way. Some start with, will you marry me? Some start with, I'm pregnant too. Yeah, so that's just it.
They are kidnapping all around. 9,000.
I will not very happy.
My name is Damlare. You're watching Legit TV.
In Africa, bride price is a list of required items the family of the woman demands from the groom-to-be before all other marital rights are concluded, and this also includes getting her pregnant. However, men these days now prefer their women getting pregnant or having babies before paying their bride price. This brought us to the street today, and we are here to ask, would you get a lady pregnant before paying her bride price? I'm Dolakwa Modeni, and shout out to the man behind the camera, Monday Dara. This is Legit TV.
No.
Why no?
Following my religion as a Muslim, you should pay the bride price before, in fact, having access to her.
But why is it so?
It's a pride for the lady herself. So it's good you pay a bride price for having sex or even before impregnating her. So according to Islamic rights, you should pay a bride price before impregnating, before pregnancy.
But in the society these days, we have men who say, I want her to have a child or I want her to get pregnant before I pay a bride price. Would you say that is wrong? Their thinking is wrong?
Yes, it's actually wrong. Because God loves us, you understand? So, and this is a law from the God Almighty. And there's a reason why it has been like that. Okay, what if I have a girlfriend, I have access to her, and maybe after 2-3 months I decide I don't want to have anything to do with you again. So that, in that form, the lady would lose a value of herself, you understand? But when I meet a lady, if I have paid her bride price, whether she's good or not, whether she's whatever, as far as I've paid, she's my wife already.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
So you've never been intimate with your woman?
I have.
So it means you yourself, you are going against God's law.
Of course. I'm not a saint.
No, I think that's not possible.
Why is it not possible? It's happening right now in the society, so why is yours different?
Because I don't see, I don't actually like it. I want to get my wife married to my wife before she gets pregnant. I think that's more acceptable to me than her getting pregnant or giving a birth to a child before pregnancy. It's corny, as in there's no joy in that. There's no joy in that.
What do you mean there's no joy? A child brings forth joy. So why won't there be joy?
You don't understand. Like, to me, you do the right thing at the right time. I think marriage first before pregnancy. Because if she gets pregnant before marriage, it will be as if it's because she was pregnant. That's why I have to marry her. But if I marry her before she gets pregnant, at least you count one before you count two. You have to count one before you count two.
So what if she tells you she wants to get pregnant before marriage?
Well, that's her decision. When she says she wants to get pregnant before marriage, we could sit and talk about it. But if she still insists, fine, now she be the girl. Now if I like her and I want to really marry her, then I have to oblige to her. You know, say woman get power.
Okay, so what about some men that makes it compulsory? Oh no, if you don't get pregnant or if you don't have a child, I cannot pay your bride price.
That, you know, everybody has his or her own opinion. This is my own opinion.
But do you think that is right?
As I said, it's my opinion. I can't force my own belief or my own opinion on someone else. So everybody has his or her own opinion. If my brother says he wants his wife to get pregnant before marriage, fine. What work for Sai might not work for Kende. What work for me might not work for him.
Yeah, but is that enough reason, you know, for the guy to say, if you don't get pregnant before marriage, then we can't be together?
As I said, everybody has his or her own belief and opinion.
Yeah, sure, why not? It's not a bad thing.
First person to tell me it is not a bad thing today. So tell me, why is it not a bad thing? Because some people are saying no, they cannot.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, for some marriages, some marriages will start with honey, I'm pregnant. So definitely, if your girlfriend comes and tells you I'm pregnant, it might give you a motivation to tell her, okay, let's get married or stuff like that. Some homes do start that way. Some start with, will you marry me? Some start with, I'm pregnant too. Yeah, so that's just it.
Alright, so if your girlfriend comes to tell you now that, baby, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, first of all, I would have to love her enough to spend my life with her before I get her pregnant. So if she tells me I'm pregnant, I'm like, okay, let's get married. That's it. Because I wouldn't want to get a kid out of wedlock. That's my opinion. But it's not a bad thing though.
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
Why no?
I would rather prefer that I pay the bride price before getting her pregnant.
Why? Because some men these days will say, if you are not pregnant, I'm not going to marry you. So why is yours different?
Well, maybe my upbringing and the culture to which I chose to follow. I grew up believing that you are not supposed to get a lady pregnant before you marry her. That until you have duly paid a bride price and owned her, then you can get her pregnant. So I tried checking through if there's any legal document back in there. I didn't see any, but unfortunately it has glued into my head system that is the norm and that's the standard. And one way or the other again, my religious background I gave it a backing, so I now settled for that.
Okay, but what if your lady comes now and tells you I'm pregnant and you've not paid a bride price? What would you do?
I wouldn't even go near it. If my lady comes now and says she's pregnant, then she must tell me who got her pregnant. Except it's only Mary pregnancy.
Okay. So now you're trying to tell me that you've never been intimate with her or with any other lady?
Yes, because I am married. So it becomes a direct answer that I am married and my wife was never pregnant before I met her, and we are married and we've not given birth. It's just a fresh marriage, and we don't have a baby yet. We are just about 8 months in marriage. So if you are 8 months and there's a baby, then something has happened. So but if there's a baby in 9 months, in 10 months, you should know I stood by it.
Okay, but what if your sister comes now and she's pregnant and the man has not paid her bride price? What would you say? What would you do?
If the man has not paid her bride price and she got pregnant, then truthfully I will ask her where she got that culture from. Because the same culture brought us up. If she not along the line, maybe from school or from the societal pressure, now learnt another culture, then she will explain it. However, a lady that gets pregnant must have gotten to an age where she can get pregnant. So that means she's matured enough to defend whatever action she has taken. She's above 18. So if she gets pregnant now, I'm sorry, there's nothing I will do. So
you know in society now, we have 16, 15-year-olds that are getting pregnant. So those ones are still minor.
Yes.
They cannot be called an adult. So what happens in their case?
In that case, it's extremely unfortunate. Let me assume it happened to me, as my own kid sister, at about 16 or 17, getting pregnant. Sincerely, I will cover my eye in shame. However, I will not throw her away. I also grew up knowing that, okay, it has happened. It's killing her the next option. It's telling her that she's not going to sit the next option. No. It's for me to now accommodate her, make her see reason why this should have been this, should have been that. If I can't do it alone, I find a way of hand over to a counselor or those that are professional in talking human through it and help her grow with it. Sometimes she could have a reason. To me, it might not be genuine, but when she tabled it to some other person that are professional in the field, they will see why they should listen to her and make her not repeat the same thing. Or when she grow up, have a baby too in that line, how she can train her baby not to fall victim of what she's a victim of. So if it happens, so be it. Life must go on, but we'll make sure we learn how to manage her, help her overcome the psychological trauma that could come with it, and see her becoming a better person afterwards. Giving birth at 16 does not mean she will end up being a useless person. She could end up being a counselor herself. She could end up being a psychologist herself. So if it does happen, we'll help her grow about it, grow with it, and see how she can become a better person, and even help the society. And see reason our younger persons at that age should first face the primary things first, while going for the other secondary things.
No.
Why no?
I'm a traditional man, so I believe things should be done properly.
So what if she gets pregnant before marriage? Before you pay her bride price?
I will do the right thing.
What is the right thing? What would you do? Explain to us.
We'll get married before she gives birth.
Yeah, but she's already pregnant now before you pay the bride price.
That would mean that we are having sex before, but I told you I'm a traditional man.
Okay, so what you're trying to say now is that you've not been intimate with any woman.
I decline to answer.
Okay, so as a traditional man, what would you do?
I'll do the right thing.
No, you're not answering my question. You have a girlfriend, and she tells you, I want us to be intimate. But as a traditional man, what would you do?
I decline to answer.